he's getting a divorce?
I did
What?
not.
Podcast is live. Why would you start with that?
I'm sorry. I said before we went live, but then it happened.
Yeah, no. He'll no longer be able to say, that's my wife.
That was my wife.
That's my ex-wife.
That's sad. Let's go to something fun.
Yeah, we're starting off on a very happy note in this chill evening.
Everybody, if you're not in your pajamas yet, take 3 minutes to make that happen and happen fast.
Yeah, get in your jammies with us. Get comfy, relax.
Really surely.
Stay a while. I'm trying to find us. There we are. Oh, we're cute. Oh, good. Our faces are flipped back the right way.
Our places?
Mhm.
Places,
Thank you,
everyone.
places.
Everyone.
Places.
All around me are familiar places. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Josh. Hi, Kaz. Hi, Heather. Hi, Elizabeth. And hey, Brian. Brian Smith says, Jammies, you ain't my mother.
What he knows of.
And Rebecca takes the stance of, no thanks, I'm good with no PJs. And
PJs.
girl, same.
My girl Courtney, she already know what's up.
Mhm. Dana, don't care what the people in the car next to you think. You do you.
Live your best life, girl.
Get naked, but get safe.
Aaron, also
Why
speaking.
is get naked but get safe the new Trojan advertising tagline? Trojan, get naked but get safe.
Yes, but it's only for sex you have while driving.
Vroom vroom.
There we go.
That's Mazda's next ad campaign after Zoom Zoom. It went vroom vroom.
Oh, good. Most of the people are already pajamied. Well, is that the right?
Yeah, pajamied. That is the formal term.
Yeah,
Well, pajama was also
Pajamified?
To pajam.
Oh,
Pajamized?
I hate it when they're funnier than this. Put Dan's comment up there. That's a fun game where it has to be an ad for two companies together, like a joint ad campaign.
We're not smart enough for that.
Like
No, we're not
Fatima.
smart enough. The commenters could probably be doing it, but we cannot be doing it.
Because they have time to
We
think.
couldn't have been
We're on
doing
the
it.
spot.
We cannot be doing it.
They've got editors. You
We're on
know.
the spot immediately. They get to watch the process, and they get to watch it fail more than they get to watch it succeed.
And
That's
that's something, we're like a master class in that point. I mean,
It's like when you're watching Whose Line, you can always come up with good jokes. But when you're actually up there, sometimes the jokes just don't come.
You know from experience.
Very well, thank you.
That time he was on Whose Line.
Look it up.
find it.
Everyone put in the chat whether you think I'm lying.
If you can find it, post which season.
Which host, here or abroad? And it was here, which,
If I was on the British Whose Line, it would have been like I would have been within my mother still.
well,
No, that's comedy.
Nothing like some fetal improvisation.
Oh, wait, no one said that. That's my name.
no.
That's my name.
Oh, that's fine. I thought you were going to act it out. You got up in the wall on the couch and I was
no. That's that. Alexis, you just came up with the tagline. It's like a natural birthing center that specifies in fetal improvisation, and their tagline is "acted out."
Yeah, that sounds more like a torture thing. Like they make the women improv, and once you have your baby, you're free. So it's just like
There's so many things
I think
improv could be. I think it involves the process of birth.
Can you put the joint question up, please?
What? Oh,
I would
No.
not be so bold as to smoke a joint.
not yet.
You guys aren't ready for that. These are herbal cigarettes. This is what they look like, so you know I'm telling the truth.
earthy, warming.
That makes me believe
Okay.
that's Alexis.
Just as my collection of blunts that I'm openly smoking.
It took years to cultivate this collection. Years.
Tonight's
My
IT
blunt
Crowd Show
holder.
is brought to you by Kevin Smith and the Viewers Universe.
Alexis Amarante, the Ariel of blunts. And she-
Look at this
I've
blunt.
got
Isn't
20.
it neat? What did you think?
I gotta say, I think we went away from fetal improv a bit too quick.
See, I'm glad I got the
I don't
blunt.
think you can get away from fetal improv quickly enough, honestly.
Now what?
Oh yeah, it's not. It's about to be legal in Jersey, right? I thought it was already.
Weed?
It,
Or
it,
improv?
Whole cigarettes.
My-
it was voted to legalize, and I just don't know when it goes into effect. Maybe one of the Gualtieris can answer that question for us.
Okay, next.
Are we done with chill banter?
I don't know.
What is real banter?
Oh, do we have to start chill banter still?
It's legal, but they need distribution channels. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Another service we're going to have to subscribe to. Ridiculous. Bring back cable.
I don't think we will ever get enough mileage out of like calling things streaming services as a gateway into a joke. Like, I mean, we used it in DisasterCon a few years ago, the Disasterpy streaming service. I was writing a script the other day, and I used it because I was trying to explain the difference between organic and free range and make it somewhat comedic. And I described organic as free range plus, which I think would make a terrible streaming service, just live feeds of farms.
Oh, I imagine it's just a tap that you use to get your eggs. You pull the tail and they stream right out. No, that's a streaming service.
You could.
Thank you, Alex.
Anything's possible here at Fetal Improv.
That is a cute name for an improv group starting out.
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh.
We're going to call our classes from now on Fetal Improv.
That's perfect because then when they graduate, you'd be like, welcome to second trimester. Now,
Aww. And then we birth them into the world of being depressed comedics on the internet.
and you don't start and you show in your third trimester. You would get, oh, Alexis, you've tapped something.
Thank you. It's the blunt.
Herbal cigarette.
Yeah, the people don't buy it.
They can buy what they want, but I guarantee you I will not be getting high off of these. They just taste yummy. That's it.
Someone asked, what's the point?
Who said that?
Oh, well, the purpose of these herbal non-weed blunts, because maybe in someone's head you're just like smoking a thing of oregano.
They're just like, it's a bunch of like calming herbs. You kind of smoke it like you're puffing a cigar. Like you don't inhale like it's other things you smoke.
I thought the purpose was for like acting on screen or
Herbal cigarettes? They can. Yeah. These ones are specifically, my friend got them for me. Because she bought a bunch of them for like nighttime because she was giving up alcohol for a month. So she bought a bunch of like herbal cigarettes just to kind of take the edge off that vice. And yeah, she got me these, and they're just supposed to be like yummy tasting things to smoke that don't.
I love the idea that herbal cigarettes are just like tea for like a hard person, like not like erect. Like grizzled. Like I take my tea, like I take my cigarettes. Just
me.
Rolled up.
I mean, like a bunch of people just like smoking tea bags. Smoking tea bags. That was the other group. That was the other gang in Greece we did not hear from.
Brian, we discussed you guys aren't ready for a high show.
That's true. Maybe they could be at some point.
I just don't think it's now.
We'll work them up towards it.
Yeah. What else? I feel like Alex should be ahem bitches though. Maybe not because it's my name.
I was like, wait, hold on. No, I know. Ahem bitches is Alexis.
So Debbie Willis Hamlin uncovered an old YouTube video called Arthur Rothsman's Gentleman's Club. This was from my first improv troupe. I started an improv troupe at my college called Improv Molotov. And one of my improvisers, Billy Barnes, that was one of the best names, Billy Barnes, came up with this character called Arthur Rothsman, who was this distinguished gentleman who went on adventurous and often sexual exploits. And he would hold a symposium called Arthur Rothsman's Gentleman's Club. And this was really my first foray into like hosting something, because I was just like the moderator of this gathering of very horny Victorian men. And it won someone from our school broadcasting club filmed us doing it just like for them once. They won an award for it. And that person is now like a Pulitzer Prize award winning news journalist.
Wow.
So that Arthur Rothsman's Gentleman's Club to an award-winning news journalist.
I want to be a horny Victorian.
We can do our own version of it. We can get Billy on here. I bet Billy would do it.
He sounds like he would, just based off his name.
Yeah, same.
Billy.
He's now married and has two. Like, he's the most mature of all of us now. It's kind of weird.
You don't know how many kids I have.
I'd hesitate to say he meant he's the most mature out of when he was in first life, not of the group assembled today.
No, he meant me personally.
That's why he texted me separately.
Yeah, same as me too.
Oh wow.
Also me.
Good thing you've never seen me and Haley in the same room at once, so you have no evidence that we're not the same person.
There's no proof of that.
Well, no.
No, not anywhere. You may see a picture outside, but those are easily doctored.
Yes.
For a doctor like me.
And me.
Two doctors, both different people.
Two doctors, definitely not one person.
It's the original opening line in A Tale of Two Cities. Two doctors.
It's Romeo and Juliet, two doctors, both alike in dignity.
We are alike in dignity in that we don't have any.
Too bad about John Mulaney, though.
No, that's too sad. That's why we left.
Rehab teaches you things.
So for everyone out in the comments, this is mostly going to be what tonight is like. We just wanted to like have a chill night of like chatting with you all. So if you have like questions or anything for us, feel free to toss them out there. We have some games that we can play, but really we just, if you want us to play something like Most Likely To, throw out some Most Likely Tos and we can do that. But this is just going to be like, we've been go for so long. And like, this has been such a stressful year. And we just wanted to like come together, have a relaxing, chill night with all of you and with each other. So if you're here for some good improv, this is the one night that we're not going to do it in the strictest sense. But
the one night.
What is improv but life persevering?
Oh my God, Jeff, stop.
I believe white women everywhere will soon have that written on their kitchen walls.
That's the way to get white women into improv.
Yeah.
Or make it a quote.
Oh, well, now, and Debbie, I answered the survey questions, damn it. Don't worry. We're coming at you again next week. We'll just keep the good answers. We're going
to use some today, aren't we?
Mayhaps.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're ready to do 90-Second Detective, and I took a bunch of your suggestions and put them into the Wheel of Improv so that the four of us can play 90-Second Detective. Maybe we'll get to it by the end.
Oh, man, you see Josh's comment?
Yeah. No. Hang on real quick. John Mulaney is getting a divorce. That's what happened to John Mulaney.
But he did go to rehab, so good for him.
Yes.
It was after leaving rehab that him and his wife are splitting.
Now back to the fun.
Yeah.
Which Josh comment
Josh says,
are you?
can you assign each other accents that the other ones can't do?
Oh, that the other ones can't do.
Alex
Like
Irish.
that they're off limits, or
No,
knowing that
They're
they're
bad.
going to be bad at it.
I can do French and German. Can you guys do French or German?
I won't tell you. That makes it easy.
I just did German.
So he can't do German.
Oh!
I will have you know that particular bus group thoroughly believed I was not from Kansas City, Missouri.
You probably had a higher or a lower people questioning your dialect rate with that than you did during Murder Mystery when you were just supposed to be vaguely Southern.
Yes, I was just supposed to be vaguely Southern. In rehearsals, I was Elizabeth Warren, though, so who knows exactly what the trajectory of that character was supposed to be. It is not my fault that primarily for the last 5 years, I have just done RP in the backyard.
And I gave you a whole 2 weeks to learn a German accent, if you don't count the 2 years that you had the script.
Yeah.
2 years, buddy.
Stopped learning anything when I shaved my hair and was told I couldn't leave my home for 9 months. So I'm not going to hear any of that sass right now.
Okay, you got once you're buff, you don't need the brain.
I have both.
Once you have ab.
Once you have ab.
Just the one, and only in the correct lighting.
Oh, you weren't there that one show that we said ab.
I don't know. DJ Bachelor had an excellent question. If we could put that on the screen.
We saw that TikTok, so I was not impressed.
Oh, I never know what to say. So if someone sends you something that you've seen already, do you say, I saw this, so funny? It's just you don't need to point it out.
I did mean to answer him. Ironically, Nicole sent me that same TikTok a few days ago, and I didn't answer that one because I didn't see it. But today, I'm recovering from getting my second dose of the vaccine yesterday, and I'm out. I've just been in and out of sleep all day. So truthfully, Deej, I saw it, and then I fell back asleep and forgot to answer you.
Thank you, Alexis, for that insightful answer.
Thank you, moderator.
Oh, I'm the moderator now.
Oh. There's another one for Alexis about the sword.
Alexis, where can I learn the ways of the sword? I have sword and I have dagger, but I do not have the ways of combat, and Master YouTube can only take me so far. That's true. Master YouTube can only take you so far. My recommendation is finding workshops in your area, just getting a hold of the basics. SAFD will teach you things, but it is not law, which is a common conception in combat. The SAFD is the Society of American Fight Directors, and a lot of combatants take that as the end-all be-all, and it's not. But it is a great, great way to get started and to get familiar with learning. Thank you, moderator.
Insightful answer. Thank you, Alexis.
Can I play a game?
Yeah.
Just you?
I want to play a game.
Okay.
What game do you want to play?
I don't know.
Do you want to play Symposium, which is really just an extension of what we're doing right now?
Yes, game time.
All right, so in the chill spirit of this evening, we have adapted Objection into a game that we call Symposium, where it's a less aggressive, more intellectualist form of Objection, where we will philosophically discuss a topic that you all have given us, and throw in the suggestions a philosophical topic or moral quandary that you want us to discuss. And anytime someone wants to interrupt someone else, instead of saying objection, we will raise a cigarette or pipe or hot toddy cup and say point of order, and then continue on in the discussion. So that is the general rules of Symposium. We'll have a good, intelligent discourse about something. How's that sound?
Right.
Well,
I thought you were also just going to say quite, but then you said
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're getting a lot of good questions to come back to after, though.
Yeah.
We are. We'll scroll up and answered.
Jesse Schaefer.
Just no question mark either. So you asked it in the style of Grinder. Just got right through rigmarole.
Oh, that's a good one from Brian.
Yeah,
That's a good one from Brian.
We're missing some from further up, though. I liked some of the earlier.
Yeah,
ones.
I'll have to scroll back up.
Yeah, the joke that made you break, favorite role. I'll answer all of those.
Well, those feel like ones just to like casually answer. I don't know if those are symposium questions.
Oh yeah, what? Oh, were we looking for a symposium one?
Yeah. Well, we got a couple towards the top. A lot about animals and like souls and feelings. Elizabeth asked if pigeons have feelings. Debbie Willis Hamlin asked, "Do animals have souls?"
Do pigeons have feelings? Hey, Aaron. Tell me you guys have seen that YouTube video.
No.
Oh, it's freaking hilarious. Oh boy, it's literally what it looked like when me and Haley lived together.
Super hot.
Man, it's so funny. I'll send it to you guys in the chat.
So let's discuss.
If Tom Hardy's the hottest.
That's right. This Haley wanted to. We'll have a mini symposium. Haley has put forth the assertion that Tom. What is your assertion, Haley?
Tom Hardy is the hottest of anyone.
Of anyone.
Anyone.
Anyone?
Right, begin making your point.
It's me, Sean Connery. Well, you have a man like Tom Hardy. That's not Sean Connery.
Wow, took a turn real quick.
Looks like we're playing Josh's game as well as.
I was like, are you trying to be Alex and Steve Buscemi?
There's a mixture of masculine and sensitive feminine energy that makes a man attractive, makes a person attractive. He fights, but he also says that he's uncomfortable around masculine men. And that makes me want him. Do I have to keep going? Because I didn't come very prepared.
Well, point of order. I feel as if there's a difference between someone being the hottest and someone being the hottest to you. That is a very personal observation. It's not particularly scientific. Whereas, where does one start trying to scientifically prove if someone is the hottest? Do we go with the symmetricality of the face, which is generally put forth as something that makes someone attractive, in which case Denzel Washington.
I would suppose that hotness is a point of perspective. As the old saying goes, you could be the sweetest apple pie at the bake sale, but someone will still be allergic to apples.
Oh, I have heard that saying.
Please expand.
Sure. Apples are a fruit that they're a diverse fruit, many types of genre of apple, if you will. To name a few: Honeycrisp, Granny Smith, Red Delicious, Pink Lady. All of these can be used as a delicious snack, perhaps.
Point of order.
Yes.
An apple alone is not a satisfying snack.
Point of order. I believe if you were perhaps a small rodent, it would be a satisfying snack.
Point of order.
Point.
I made the assumption that we would be discussing these philosophies from the point of perspective of a human person.
Point of order.
Alexis?
Wouldn't you yourself, Haley, have to be a human person in order to partake in the conversation then?
Point of order.
Haley?
Today I am a person.
Point of order.
Alex?
Apples alone can be a delicious snack if one has picked the correct apple.
Interesting.
Expand.
Mm-hmm.
Different, as Alexis pointed out when going through the different genre of apples, if you will, certain apples do not make good snacking apples. and some do. Some are specifically inclined for baking. One that people mistake as a casually eating apple, is red delicious, a misnomer on the attachment of delicious to its end. Red it is, but it is often wanted to use more in some baking elements.
Order.
No, here.
Haley?
Well, it's more an agreement. You can attach delicious to the end of anyone's name and it won't make it true.
Point of order.
Alex?
If I were to attach delicious to the end of Tom Hardy's name, it would be true for Haley.
And that has brought us full circle, and that has been our symposium. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a wet cigarette now with the cinnamon for my hot toddy.
You and me both. When we were talking about Tom Hardy, I also got a wet cigarette.
Well done.
I saw that one coming. Let's scroll back up to some of those questions that people asked that we wanted to
Too many
talk
good
about.
ones.
Many a good one. Man, I'm a zombie right now.
You want to start with Dan's? Do you remember the joke / situation that made you break worse while at the place you all know each other from?
Ooh.
Yes. Mine, two came to mind. One is actual fair when I played Geraldine Albrecht, and Haley played Betty Diver, Harbor Mistress. We would do boons and favors in the morning together, and we treated it more as sketch comedy rather than improv, where she and I would get together, we would plan out everything we were going to say, and we would say things in tandem. We really worked hard morning of to come up with these like sketch bits, and we would do our intros, and Haley started saying intros that she didn't tell me beforehand. And so we'd go out there and I'd be like, I'm Geraldine Albrecht, scribe to the Bavarian, what was he? Ambassador. Thank you. That's the word. And then Haley, I'd turn to Haley and she'd be like, I'm Betty Diver, reanimated tomato. And she would just say these things that I couldn't keep my shit together. But Geraldine was all like fun and laugh, so it didn't really matter. The big one, the worst time I ever broke was I was playing Nurse Elsie Orville in Murder Mystery. And if you didn't see Murder Mystery, Elsie did not laugh. She did not smile. She did not crack a smile for literally anyone. But Adam, our dearest Adam Shepley, played a character who he also started saying something every day that he wouldn't tell the rest of us that he was going to say. And started saying this phrase that was to the effect of get out of town. But he would change it every day. And I remember sitting on stage with my like sourpuss face, just like glaring at everyone. And Adam's going on. And he said, pull my back teeth out and call me Gumby. Instead of saying like, get out of here. And I remember like immediate tears in my eyes. I had to turn and face the back wall. Like I was shaking because I was laughing so freaking hard. Because it just came out of left field. And man, that's a bad break for me because Elsie never smiled. And it was like right off the bat, this audience is getting to know me as someone who can't keep her shit together. So that's my worst one.
I think one that I will never forget was one of the first times I broke super hard. Fair was the end of my first year when we were doing Rain finale at the very end, and I repeatedly stepped out of harm's way as a pigeon tried to shit on me several times in a row, getting to the end. And then another one, this one also involves Haley, would be when we were Walter and Bridget, and Haley would also, she would not tell me what she was going to do every morning when we get to the point where she would read
herself.
No,
that's true. If I don't know, you can't know.
Yeah,
she'd read from like my diary scroll.
Oh yeah,
and would like I'd have to correct her. And there's so many good ones, but I think my favorite was the day we get out there and she doesn't have them. So she just has to take off running backstage, and I have no idea why. And I just hear her yelling as she goes back to look for the prop she didn't bring out on stage with her. Yeah, I just any moment with like improv with you guys is just a treat.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can think of multiple times, even during the Anne Boleyn Queen's Court, you and Jonathan would be making snarky comments like while we were on stage, and we were all trying to make each other not laugh.
Things that people don't know have ever been said. Oh, Your Majesty, I too have brought a gift. It's
nice weight in gold.
It's a Pyrex set. It's a 20 piece. Missing
when Josh's character brought out Anne Boleyn as a gift, it was like, oh, Your Majesty, I have a gift. She's worth her weight in gold. We saw the joke of, like, of Jonathan just going, how heavy is she? Why is it so much gold?
And then after everyone gave off a gift, Jonathan, as his character, would always be like, and Your Majesty, it may not be the right time, but I too have brought a gift. It is this duct tape wallet and matching purse.
After Bloody Mary shows up, there's turmoil, everyone's stressed out, and Jonathan on stage going, Your Majesty, it's really not been the best time. We get away with a lot of stuff on stage that we shouldn't, and I know Jeff definitely has stories about that. Jeff, what made you break worse? And also, Jeff, what's the worst thing you've gotten away with on a Ren Fair stage?
Oh, hurry up and tell us, Willie.
No, worst thing I've gotten away with on stage, and this is, off the record.
No, it's on the record, Jeff.
Literally being recorded, Jeff.
My first year as a Bacchanalian, a friend and I realized towards the end of the season that unless you were the queen or like a major plot character that people love, like an Alex or a Haley or an Alexis, you can get away with doing whatever during finale because no one's actually watching you. And this all started at a kids' day where there was a rain finale up at the swashbuckler stage, and there was one of those cannons, and she was sitting on the cannon. And during this finale, we started doing terrible things in front of with this cannon.
I've heard this story.
And we didn't get in trouble. And it was amazing. And we then realized that this was a small space where like all eyes could have been on us and no one said anything. So the big finale stage, we can get away with whatever. So that year, one of the finale songs was Wild Mountain Time. And she and I started a bit where we would become amorous towards each other. And so towards the end of the season, we just started taking off each other's costumes right there on stage. And at the end of the song, we would scramble and pick everything up and run off stage. And no one ever said shit about it.
Any of you, I see some notes here on the side. Any of you Black Friars that are watching, taking notes right now, I will see you.
Yeah, we're the ones who started this shit. So now we'll be watching.
You have to be more clever than us to get away with this stuff.
Take you upstairs and I'll show you my frogs.
So I was going to say, they said all of you should answer this. And I was like, anyone from that year of Ren Fair would say that my biggest thing I ever got away with was we sang Wild Rover, and that was again the same. That was the Garland year, I think. Was that 2018?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the years. But there's a line in the song that's like, and I'll take you upstairs and I'll show you my best. But for some reason, during a rehearsal, I was like, I'll take you upstairs and I'll show you my frogs. And I lift my skirt and thousands of frogs come out. And we all thought it was the funniest thing. So we all started saying frogs. And it got to the point that the directors at the end of rehearsal would have to be like, are you guys saying something other than best? It sounds muffled when you guys are saying. And it became a whole big thing that they had to tell us to stop saying frogs because it was my fault. But me and Katie Markey never stopped it. And so throughout the whole season, during live finales, her and Ian in the band above me dropped gummy frogs on me during one show. I think during the last finale, I actually found a frog costume that had been used in a previous Boar's Head show. And I popped up in between the band members fully in a frog costume because me and Katie Markey kept trying to one-up each other. But that was during like a live finale on the weekends. Like, it's so true. So much stuff is happening during finale. The shit that we get away with.
And that's how you discover you have an exhibition kink.
Is
not wrong. Hales, what's one thing that's gotten you to break? You often lead to the rest of us breaking. Has anything ever made you break? Or
remember a single thing that's ever happened to me?
I could probably think of.
If you could, I want to know, because like it happens, but the minute it does, it's just gone. So I don't remember anything.
I don't think there've been. You normally have it pretty together on stage. On the streets, you would break a lot.
Nothing matters.
But honestly,
fork fingers got you to break.
Oh,
that's true.
Are you gonna let her say that?
I was so mad.
She's saying fork fingers.
Yeah, I think I was just amazed at that. That was the moment. I was like, oh my God, I can get away with that.
I am a permissive director.
That's another thing that Haley and I got away with, jumping back to Boons and Favors, and then we'll explain Fork Fingers. Haley and I, again, since we like wrote it out, we did one sketch called Reverse Trick or Treating. Like, instead of people coming to your door and asking you for candy, you go and knock on people's doors and you throw candy at them. And Haley and I said this line in tandem. We said, "Are you tired of people coming to your door and taking like those bloody liberals?" And we said it in tandem at a Boons and Favors, and Jeff approved it. But Jeff was also very much of the mindset, and this does not apply to you actors this year, it does not apply. Back then, it was the mindset of it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask permission. And so Haley and I got away with a lot.
Come watch my friend eat French fries with a fork fingers.
Yeah. So Haley and I, we were
fork fingers.
I mean, this is
fork fingers.
This is the start of Haley and I's street friendship.
Romance. Oh, street friendship.
That's
Yeah.
right. We were both the same thing.
No, that's cool. No, we said the same. We're on the same page about who we are.
Yeah, we both have the same.
Yeah, because it's just
friend,
lovers.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wait, we are on the same page.
Lovers.
Yeah, it was Garland and Betty again, and I had two forks, like plastic forks in my sleeve, and I was holding them like this, and I was just harassing other cast members. I can remember undoing Brian Huff's doublet that had the strings, and he was so uncomfortable with the forks touching him. He was always like, ah, like he didn't know. But I would just like deadpan undo it. And Haley and I got French fries one day, and we were sitting at the crossroads. And I was eating French fries with the little forks, and Haley starts screaming, "Come watch me freak friend eat French fries with a fork fingers." And she wasn't saying fork. She just straight up wasn't.
Honestly, it's the best North Country dialect Haley ever did.
Screaming. So Jeff walks by, who's our director at that time, and I was like, what was your name? Nicodemus?
Yep.
Was I Nicodemus that year? Yeah.
I think so. I was like, Nicodemus, are you seriously going to let her talk like this? And he was like, what? She's just saying fork. And Haley is top of her lungs, like, fork fingers, fork. Like, it was so damn funny.
And you'll notice that no one's been North Country ever since.
Because I can't say the word for it.
Roll the tape. Not a.
Now, the thing that made me break the most was during a murder mystery when we were doing the Safer Vaults, the Fallout Shelter murder mystery. Mary Huff, the silent killer of comedy. We were in the interrogation at the end, and Jules and Mary played college friends who also worked at this company together. And someone asked Jules about her relationship with Mary, and Jules was like, "Well, in college I majored in marketing and PR, and Mary had played this like scientist character, this like biochemist, and she said, and Dorothy over here majored in something with a really long and complicated name, and Mary just goes, biology. And we all died. Just the pure perfection of the timing of it.
She got the timing.
She does.
She did.
Should we play another game and then do another question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You guys want to try a new game?
Yeah.
Good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are we gonna kiss?
Maybe.
Okay, cool.
Josh, how much rum did you put in her hot toddy?
She did comment drunk
On his.
not too long ago.
On his. Because
He didn't address it. It just said drunk.
That's a good point. And I'm not. I'm not sure there was anything other than butter in here.
There's anything other than butter in here.
How do you say the word udder if you're referencing butter? It's a common known grammatical trick that every time you write butter, if you're putting... I'm going to stop because I don't know where it's going and I don't see an end.
Okay, so new game that we want to try. We're calling this game Off-Brand. It's a quick wit game where we're going to take brand name things and try to come up with like what the name of the knockoff off-brand would be. This idea came out one day. Our friend said that they bought a Squatty Potty, but it was like the off-brand Squatty Potty. We were just like, what is it? The Crouchy Crappy? The fetal position fecal emission?
You're taking all the good ones, Jeff.
Well, we're not doing Squatty Potty.
Well, I'm not prepped.
So we figured this would make a fun game. So we got some name brand things from you all in the comments, and we'll see what we can come up with that would be a good off-brand name for the thing. And we'll start off with Tide laundry detergent. We'll even use Tide Pods as well.
Tide Pods?
Yeah.
Gen Z candy.
I was just going to say Gen Z candy.
It was the easy pick.
Laundry Pops.
Ocean capsules.
Bigger gusher.
Contained madness.
That's hot.
Thanks.
Soap
The
bombs.
Mama always said, wash your mouth out with soap, but not this soap.
Forbidden fruit.
Oh, I love that. Oh, like the Garden of Eden laundry detergent.
Yeah, Gen Z was like a Bible story.
Current capsules.
Imprisoned cleanness.
Wet square. I hate this game. I'm so bad.
Let's get a different. We'll get a different thing. Gorilla glue.
Not a hairspray.
Monkey stick.
Ape adhesive.
Oh.
Simian stickies.
Strong boy.
Bonobo bond.
Hate this game.
Let's see.
Don't scratch your balls.
Khaki orangutan.
I'm still on Haley's for a second.
Oh, I want to be like glue. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That's very good.
Oh.
Haley, that's from a hit Disney film called Tarzan.
Oh,
That's from a hit Disney film called The Jungle Book.
Oh, yeah.
Loser. At first, I thought you were talking about the one that I did about Don't Scratch Your Balls. And I'm like, that's a hit Disney film. I'm sort of sad I haven't seen that.
You missed.
Tarzan, the adhesive man.
Jonathan just let me know that he's currently watching the show.
Then why isn't he in it?
Do you know?
Gorilla Glue.
Oh, good one.
Ooh. But like misspelt to avoid any lawsuit.
Yeah. Like carpet cakes.
All right, another one. Frosted Flakes.
Sugar scraps.
Crack crackers.
Cereal dandruff.
Cereal dandruff is good.
Mm-hmm. It's just sugary cornflakes.
Okay, your turn.
Aren't you glad you're not Raisin Bran?
That's good.
I love Raisin Bran.
I like it in yogurt.
Interesting.
I hate myself.
What once was healthy is now not.
Boxed childhood.
Irresponsible ant food.
Mm.
One of the only things that still tastes good if you don't like milk, but you want some cereal. That was my childhood.
Sunburn aftermath.
Ew.
Ew.
Oh. Oh.
Enjoy.
Peel me off a piece of that back skin.
Crunch. Back skin crunch.
Not using the Kit Kat Corporation. What do you think? It's that episode of The Office. Break me off a piece
of that.
Oh, cream.
Oh, cream.
All right, last one. Play-Doh.
Honestly, tastes fine.
I was going to say edible clay.
Fun time mold.
Will only be one color once.
Fun to make with your mom, but only for 10 minutes.
Interesting smell on your fingers after.
Dry disappointment.
It was once all in my house, and then one day all of it was gone.
Dry disappointment.
Why did you take that personally?
Because I went dirty.
Saltier than you'd think.
Mm.
A lot about taste there, Skills.
I mean, don't. Have you ever.
Doesn't taste like its color.
Unless it's the yellow one.
More questions.
Yeah. Ooh, I like Dan's answer for that. Forbidden cookie dough.
Mm.
Ooh.
Not forbidden, though. You can eat it and be fine.
Yeah.
Haley, keep being a mystery.
Let's get a couple more questions from the audience, talk about a few more things, and then we'll finish things off with 90-Second Detective. Just to say that we did some improv tonight.
This is a nice hang.
This is a nice hang.
Yeah.
You guys want to see my dog asleep?
Yes.
Don't say no.
Oh, baby. She's not asleep, you freaking liar.
Yeah. How could you sleep with the ring on your face?
You did that.
Oh! She's I almost decapitated us both. She smells like crackers.
Our question that we didn't get to that has now been asked twice. Favorite character you've played, either at the place we've all worked or at another place that we've worked.
Ooh. It's so, I don't know. This is such a fun question, mostly because Jeff and I were talking about this a little bit before Alexis and Haley just sort of like bopped on because roundabout, but doing like a lot of like improvisational theater like we do and really getting to create from the ground up. I think all of those characters are wonderful and very much enjoyable because there's so much of us in them. So it's like really hard for like those, but like outside where like I've been like the rigmarole of like auditioning and then getting cast in something, like playing like a character that was created by for the purpose of like a 2 hour long show. I think my favorite one I've ever done was when I was Clary in Steel Magnolias. That is like a part that like I very much loved. I loved the show, the intimacy of the cast. And I absolutely love that. The ones that I've created here, I love them all, and I think if I gave an answer, I would destroy people.
Your top 3 fair characters, including Mansion.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've only ever been 2.
Yes,
yeah, I think Jasper takes like Jasper's number 1 for me. I loved that whole experience was like lightning in a bottle. I think that was the character and the people. And then I think Walter, and then I think Henry Carey. Those are my top 3.
Jeff?
Do
your top 3 and you're not fair.
Okay, so top 3 fair characters. Finn the Muir, because it's like the only fair character that like people really remember me from. Thank you, Germano family. Murder mystery, probably my first one. I played Max the Knife Allenbrook. I was a knife thrower. I actually did a knife throwing pre-show at the beginning of Murder Mystery. And like it was one of those characters that was somehow like cooler than me, smarter than me, and like better at shit than me, that when I was my regular self, I was not like anywhere nearly as competent as that character. And it was very cool. And Jean Tartier and I would just throw knives at my knife board in between shows. One of my favorite experiences I've ever had at the fair. And then the character that I played the year I did Poe, when Alison Petrillo and I were voodoo priests. Winston St. Denis was my name. I was very smooth. It was very cool. And I almost burned Pete Hedberg's beard off with finger flint and fire, flash cotton and flash paper. It was awesome.
Beard off.
This close to getting rid of the elder god Pete Hedberg. You were so
so those are my top 3 at fair. And then outside of fair, I think my favorite character I've played outside of fair was when I got to play Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream with the People Shakespeare Project in Lancaster. That's like one of my favorite Shakespeare characters of all time, and just so fun. And that's a fun play. Allison reminded me of a story with Winston St. Denis. I apologize. I tell a lot of stories, but I had this like pocket extendable cane that I busted out during the Wizarding Weekend finale in 2017 when Katie Noble and I hosted. But it was the first time that thing made an appearance at the fair since opening night of Poe that year. Because I had this whole bit where like I'd light basically a blunt made of flash paper and flash cotton rolled.
Whoa, they're herbal cigarettes, buddy.
An herbal cigarette made of flash paper and flash cotton, and it would burst up into flame, and the cane would like spring out and be in my hand, and it was like super cool. Except the first night I actually tried this with a crowd, the cane gets like stuck on the fleshy part of my palm, and instead of springing in 2 directions, just goes in one, shoots right between the heads of 2 old ladies in the front row, and hits a guy square in the chest right behind them and falls on the ground.
Wait, he falls or it falls?
It falls on the ground. This dude is unfazed. He just like looks down at the cane, barely bends over to pick it up because he's like a hulk of a dude, and hands it to me without saying anything. I don't know if this dude was drunk or stoned or just the chillest person on the planet, but he just goes. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And our stage manager, Cynthia, is looking at me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. This will never happen. Are you okay? Do you need? And my buddy Brandon Dennison, who's playing Poe at the time, is the only other person in this room to witness it. and he proceeds to go around to everyone and tell them of what just happened in the most Poe way possible. Just like, well, you know, I didn't believe in this voodoo thing, but I just saw a man materialize a cane out of fire and hit a man in the chest. And the man must have been hypnotized by the incident because he didn't care. He just handed the cane back to the original gentleman. And, you know, I think I'm really beginning to... He caned on that guy's chest.
Oh!
And that is the story of when I caned on a guy's chest.
There it is. Scaly?
Haley?
All right. I'll start with the not fair one, just because it's not as exciting. Probably my favorite would be when I did Cloud9 in college, and I played by Carol Churchill, I played Betty, and all the other roles that go with it. It was just so challenging and fun, and it was, the director had such a strong vision, and I really enjoyed coming to that and helping her recreate that vision. So for fair, oh God, I wish I remembered anything in my whole life. Jeff, what was my character's name? The candy lady?
Oh, Adora Belle Wilbur.
Adora Belle Wilbur. That was just fun. Oh crap! I was supposed to have a different answer.
Don't let Josh Kahn tell you what your answer's supposed to be.
I did think, but that's not okay. So I met my dear partner of 6 years doing the matchmaker at Old Creamery Theater, and I'm glad for the experience for meeting him. But I'm not going to say that was the height of my acting career. It was fun, and I'm glad I met you, Josh. And thank you. Okay. Adora Belle Wilbur, that was really fun. Next we'll go Bloody Mary. And then once you have a t-shirt, you can't not make Bridget number one. Bridget was just so much fun. And I think a part that you in the audience might not think about, like how it was so impactful for me, but it sort of helped me escape from feeling like I had to conform to really traditional femininity to be like appreciated and valued, because like as a woman character, you really don't get that all the time, that it's really important for you to be hot. But because my character was so androgynous, it was really freeing that I could be so likable, and it had nothing to do with the way I looked. So I really liked that.
And still hot.
And like still hot. And I could recognize like I was still hot, but I didn't have to put the effort in.
And I didn't understand that at all until you actually pointed it out to me. The finale where Alex and I Freaky Friday, basically. He became Josephine Legrand Sauvage, and I became Walter. I was in the Walter costume, which, this is a common question we get. They are the same costumes.
Same one.
Fit each other. But I just looked like a very, very small little boy in the Walter costume. But we were backstage in that finale, and Haley was like, isn't it freeing? Like, don't you feel amazing because you just look like an ugly little boy? And I was like, I do. Like, Josephine was this very, like, elegant, like, pretty, like, poised woman. And girl Walter was just, like, Bridget's horrific twin. So.
And you have so much more room to think about other shit. Oh, it's great.
Yeah. For me, outside of fair, I think playing really any Shakespeare role I've gotten to play, because my regular theater type is like funny best friend or villain, but my Shakespeare type is like strong female lead. So I've played Beatrice in Much Ado, and I think that's probably up there for me. I would say she was probably one of my favorites just because I resonate very deeply with her. And then for fair, this is really hard. I always say it's a tie for first between Anne Boleyn and Geraldine, because Anne Boleyn, I'll never do anything more badass than fight 4 dudes in a hoop skirt and a corset with a broken foot. Like, I just won't. But Geraldine brought out like such a different side of myself. Like I think Alex said it, all of our characters are parts of us, and Geraldine loved everyone, and everyone was her best friend, and there were no problems for Geraldine. And like Alexis wasn't allowed to be sad because Geraldine was never sad. So even if Alexis was having a bad day, Geraldine never had bad days. And so I had like one of the best summers of my life because Geraldine was such a light. And everyone loved her and she loved everyone. So that was amazing. At second, I would probably put Mel Winslow from our last Christmas, the Foley artist who just was so bad at acting. That's physical comedy, and that's right up my alley, and I loved that. And then I guess Elsie or Josephine. I don't know. There's been a lot. Elsie and Josephine are kind of on the same coin, though. They're just very stern, know their shit women, and don't have time for anybody else. So I would put them up on the same level. That's a good question.
Yeah, that was great.
It's also just it's cool just to see. I don't know. I like looking back and hearing us all talk about them, and just and being with you all as us, and looking back and seeing everything that we've all done, and just seeing how multifaceted we are as just people. You know, because not a single one of them is really the same. There's something new takes the centerfold, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Should we show them our Venmo or?
I mean,
are we asking for money
about ourselves?
If you think that we have earned some cash for this evening, our Venmo is always open at the IT crowd. We appreciate anything that you contribute to us. We just love getting together and doing improv together, but even like little intimate nights like this are awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do one last improv game before we? I know it's 8:01, but do you guys want to do 90-second detective before we sign off?
Yes, please.
We should.
Sure.
All right, great. Then I'm going to take you all out, and I'm going to bring up the wheel of improv, and we're going to figure out what we're all going to be doing. All right, friends. I'm going to get screen sharing going right now from one particular Chrome tab, which is the picker wheel. Here we go. So the first thing that we are going to generate is going to be our location. So I'm going to open the locations wheel. And these are all things that we got from your suggestions. So let's find out what the location is going to be. Wheel of picking. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us a location that they'll have to learn. A Redner's. Not what I was expecting. I'm not entirely sure what a Redner's is. I think they make donuts from what I know, but that's about all I know is that they make donuts. So, okay. Let's see. Next up is going to be the occupation. And so the location is a Redner's. Let's find out the occupation. God damn it. A horticulturalist, which I believe is a scientist who studies plants, specifically like farm plants, like agriculture sort of plants. So a horticulturalist. I was, the odds. It's the odds. And I have to communicate these things to everyone. Now, the weapon. What is the weapon that the murder was committed with? A gyroscope. Okay. This isn't going to be hard at all. Thanks, everybody. So the location is a Redner's, which is apparently a grocery store, a very specific grocery store. The occupation is a horticulturalist, and the weapon is a gyroscope. Great. No worries. Everything's going to be fine, fine, fine. I'm going to get a timer started. And I was not expecting this to be an hour and a half show today, but it just might be. All right, the wheel has spoken, and we're going to get things started. Sabada! 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 Boop!
Get up.
Color. Sa.
Bois?
So, beep, beep, beep.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
This is a specific one?
Uh-huh.
That's a regional thing?
Uh-huh.
Midwest. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
See. pH.
Mascara.
Taba.
Tada.
Saba.
Babada.
Daba. Saba. Satsiki.
Wasta data but what?
Sapa. Tzatziki sauce.
Oh, but it's kind
Sabada.
da.
Sababa.
Oh, but that's gonna Barasco. Oh, but that's gonna.
Hang on. Ooh.
That's gonna Sabanana. So,
Saka?
Babada.
Okay.
Rojo. Which isn't gibberish, just Spanish.
Oh! Scaba. That was good. Scaba. Scaba.
No. I don't know what's gonna. Oh, no. So that's gonna, so like.
Wee.
No, we like oh. Let's go to and this is
I got it.
Oh, but that's kind of better.
No,
Para.
Daba. Gaba.
Bapa. Stealing just what Jeff did to me, I'm doing to you. Ooh, Tzatziki. Babatskara.
Tatsiki.
Waratskara. Sanana. Jada. Bada. Boom. Bada. Boom.
Saga. Saga.
That's good, but that's.
Tatsiki.
Abadaska.
Yeah.
Bada.
Yeah.
Abadaska. Abadaskara. Obadaskara. So, Papa. Sarapa. Ba. Ro.
Ska. Yeah. Ska. Ba. Ska. Da. Ska.
Banana, but the bara mela bara skara bara sara bara mouthwash.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Ska.
Oh, wait. Sound. Okay, go.
It's not gonna matter.
Papa.
Ska. Papa Ska.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boop. Boop.
Oh, Ska. Meow, meow. Boop.
Well.
Ska.
Ba. Da ska da the ska da skada rojo.
What is ska?
Ga ska da da ska da ska da ba ga.
What?
The ska
Rolly.
Ska.
Yeah.
But the hota ska the ska rojo.
Uh-huh. What rojo?
Rojo.
Okay.
Ska.
Oh, wait. Da ba rojo. Da ba rojo. Okay.
It's got to. Oh.
Hello, whoa. Sink. Listen. Boop. Trash.
Haskada de Faraska, your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
Good. Gaba. It gets worse. Skaba. Skabada. Tatsiki.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. I thought this was the end.
You thought wrong.
Oh shit, I don't know what to think. Okay. Boop.
Eh. Uh-huh.
Beep, beep. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba, a ba-ba-da-ba, a ba-ba-da-ba, da-ba-ba.
Rojo. Rojo.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Eh.
All right. Hada wada ba ba ba. Think, shrink, spit. Boop 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 boop. Oh.
Oh.
Nom, 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 nom.
Mhm.
Meat.
Tzatziki.
Have you been listening? Squirt. But also something else.
And that's time.
How long was it?
Oh my god! I wasn't too worried because I was like, I don't really have to know.
You just murdered me with a freaking.
God.
So that was 11 minutes and 22 seconds.
Oh my god.
I will tell you the Wheel of Improv had it in for us tonight. This was all the things that I was like, I mean, I'll put this in here, but the odds of us getting it are like nothing. All of them came up.
Oh no.
There were some that could have been worse, but these were, oh boy, we earned our Venmo plug tonight, ladies and gents. Help us pay for the therapy of having gone through that game.
Also, hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Phoebe.
Jonathan. I was more excited to see you. I was just threatened by the fact that I had to come up with whatever the things were.
Oh, your laugh was giving me life.
I liked you just repeating the things you'd clearly heard before from other people.
Okay, so here's the thing. I knew I was gonna pop in tonight. Didn't realize it was gonna be at the very end. And then when it came time for 90-Second Detective, Jeff was like, get in here. Didn't realize I needed Google Chrome to do StreamYard. Yeah. And so I had Facebook going while downloading it. So I kind of know some of them. But I just liked seeing what you gave me, Haley.
Well, don't give them away if you do know them, because I want to see what I guess and what Haley guesses.
Me too.
Okay. I know what the first one is. I know what the first one is.
Okay, Alexis, what did you think the location?
Oh, it's me.
Haley.
Oh, sorry, Haley.
A supermarket where everything is red.
Alexis.
A red nurse.
Yes, it was a Redner's.
I don't know what that is.
It's a supermarket.
It is a regional supermarket in the central Pennsylvania area.
That's the only one I got.
The occupation, Jonathan.
Composter.
Haley.
Trash forager.
Oh,
dumpster diver.
I also thought dumpster diver, but I was told I was wrong. Like a construction worker eating beef jerky on his lunch break.
Alex.
A soil scientist.
You're so close. A horticulturalist.
Oh.
Yep. He licked his fingers and then looked at me and said pH, and I didn't know what to do.
Thank you for not doing that to me. I would have left.
At first, I thought you were a janitor, Alexis, sweeping floor jerky, but I thought that probably wasn't it.
I was like, why does it look like he found this jerky? And he's eating it? I just repeated exactly what Alex did to me, to you, because I had no clue what it was.
So we were on the same page. Janitor eating floor jerky. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of the two of you.
Yeah.
Excellent object work with your floor jerky.
Yes,
Thank you. We've done floor jerky before. So.
we have. To be fair.
All right, and the weapon, Jonathan.
I know what it is, so I'll let Haley.
Haley,
A euro with something.
Alexis.
Like Euroscope, which I don't know.
Oh!
Haley.
A gyroscope?
It was a gyroscope.
What the hell is that?
It's
It looks up your hoo-ha.
No, it's
No!
It's a.
I should have put Jonathan in the middle if that's what he thought a gyroscope was.
What is it
A
actually?
gyroscope is one of those things with like the intersecting rings that circulates and it's supposed to like. Am I wrong?
No, I said it wrong. I was thinking
Oh.
the scope in the end. No, you're right, which is why I couldn't have done it.
Well, is it on ours? Is there like a small version
Really,
of it?
what's a gyroscope?
Which way is up? Never mind. We won't get into gyroscopes right now. Woo!
But that was 90s. That was 11-minute and 22-second detective game.
Baby.
Jonathan, how's tour life going?
It's good. I'm almost done. I've got one more week. This week we're doing early mornings, like 10 a.m. So I had tonight off. Yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hello because I missed you so much.
With the money.
I didn't know that this is what I was gonna come back into. Should have just waited the extra weeks, but you know, I'm glad I was here. I guess.
Jonathan, if you could play any other character from the Ren Fair that you've worked with, who would you want to play? Since we all
Like,
answered the
that
question.
someone else played and I would want to play them.
Mhm.
That's hard.
That's horror.
I would probably
It's Beatrice Howden, Moneylender, isn't it?
that. Well, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I don't even know who she is.
I was gonna say Bridget,
Go
just
on.
because like the idea of being able to exist an entire day without cohesive speech or thought, that just sounds, and without the the bonds of needed sexiness that I bring to the fair.
That's a good point. I brought that up earlier. You didn't need to be sexy. I'm sure that'd be
Yeah,
free.
I mean, I don't need to, but here I am. So,
I think
Jesus Christ.
one of the best parts of Bridget is that it almost became a trope and disaster piece to have a feminist Bridget moment.
yes.
That was fun.
Also, shout out. I heard you guys talking about your breaking moments. The two that I think about, one of them was this year at the Corona Fair, during a Who's Jest. We did Irish drinking song, and I don't even remember what it was.
Share with the class.
I love it.
He wears a.
Alex, what happened?
We were doing the Irish about Halloween. It was about Halloween. And we were something about a mask. And I said something about he wears a little hat. And David was in the audience. And I just, like that Irish drinking song, I could not recover. And I made Emily Germano spit beer into her mask. Like she had to go buy another mask. There's that one. But also, speaking of Beatrice Howden, Moneylender, I remember, this is kind of a two-parter. One was Nicole Cupo in 2016 telling me that we were going to race to our spots at chess because she and I were on the other side of the board. And I took off running at like lightning speed. I mean, I'm kidding, so it wasn't
an average person's jog. Yeah.
but a power walk, let's be honest. Mall walk, that's anyway. But she like went so slow and I was running, felt like a fool, but also watching Alexis as Beatrice Howden, we would look at each other during chess and we would, and then we'd
Hands would get stuck.
Our hands would get stuck, and she would grab her little chain gang. She would grab her little chain thing with her stuck hands, and it just. Why are hand things funny to me?
I don't know. Going to say at our last Christmas when we would have to calm Mel Winslow down, you would sing.
Mine eyes have seen the glory.
So as the audience was exiting, I don't think, Alex and Jeff, I don't think you know this.
No.
We would do the intros for Christmas, and then we would send everybody out to their meals. And Mel Winslow would be having an absolute freaking breakdown because she had to be an actor, and she didn't want to. So I would be having like a full-on panic attack on the floor, and Jonathan's character would come up and grab my legs and like swing them back and forth. And as people were exiting, he would just be like, "Mine eyes have seen the glory." And I would have to I had my kazoo and I would try to like breathe with the rhythm. Oh boy, it was a lot.
Oh, man. All right. Gang, it is now 8:25. I think this might be the longest anniversary show, IT crowd show we've done.
I think so.
And it started off as a chill hang, and it stayed a chill hang, and then it got real stressful when we did 90 Second Detective, but it ended with Jonathan coming back to us and finishing it off as a chill hang. So thank you. 31 people are still viewing, so thank you for sticking through it with us. We'll throw up the Venmo one more time just because we really appreciate anything that people send our way. But we just appreciate you guys hanging with us through all of this. And we'll be back with a normal show next week. We'll have another special guest. But we didn't want to break the streak, and we wanted to just sort of hang. And maybe we'll do shows like this a little bit, we'll do it again just to answer some more of your questions and to be able to just sort of chill with each other.
Fun to reminisce.
Yeah. I mean, and we do this because we like hanging with each other. So it's cool to do it and that people kind of enjoy watching it. So anyone have anything they want to say to the audience before we sign off?
Haley's looking for a collection of melon starter seeds. So if you could send those her way. I am in a company called Actors Helping Actors. Me and my partner, Josh, do that.
You guys are back together?
We are back together.
That's sweet.
They met when they were doing the Matchmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember that's your favorite part you've done, right?
Yeah, at the creamery. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. That's great. I'm realizing that it's good we usually stop half an hour before this because I have got to pee so bad.
Yeah, well, we just all got other things to do. I've got one more week left of Missoula. Check out Jonathan playing D&D and stuff with Nat.
I'm helping direct the Blackfriars on
Yeah, Jeff is going to stunt school next week.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's gonna be really fun.
Very excited.
Haley's living with Jules.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're having a really fun time. Yeah.
I had a Clementine.
I will. She's my dog, so.
Weird for me to not.
You have that ugly little one, Jeff.
Hey, when you talk about Judith like that, she is wearing a very cute sweater today.
Yeah.
That my partner, Josh Kahn, and I bought for her.
Oh, no, you actually got it from your cousin whose dog just died.
It's a real story.
It's time to go. It's time to go.
We'll leave you with this. Haley always pees after shows, but as soon as we stop recording, she takes us with her to the bathroom, and we all go to the bathroom with Haley. So we'll leave you on that image.
We love you all. Good night, everybody.